it's Rose Klein, and this is Supernatural Season 2, Episode 10 review, Hunted. If you're new here, I'm doing like a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. So I didn't really remember this episode. I don't know if I even ever have rewatched this episode, but there's certain reasons, obviously, why. And I kind of like remembered that there was some people with other psychic abilities. I think there was like a woman who had the exact same psychic ability as Sam. And so I think like we saw her a few times, and then I kind of also think at the end like she turned on him. But we're gonna get to that at the end of season 2. But then of course when the episode started, I was like, oh wow, this is the woman. This episode starts with like Sam dying and you're like, what? But it's just like someone else having a vision. Also, something else to point out is Sam and Dean go their separate ways, which is the only second time we've really seen it. We see it for one episode in season 1, and now we see it again in season 2. And so it's always so weird when they go their separate ways. But that's why he came in contact with this person, and we haven't had another person who has the same psychic ability as him, so it's interesting to see. And so they're obviously working together, and like Dean's like, I need to find my brother. Like, what I totally forgot is Gordon is in this episode. Like I said before, like he comes back, we see him again, but I didn't realize I remember like kind of the ending of him, but I didn't remember he came in this episode. Oh my god. So he's like hunting these people who have this thing with the psychic ability. So he's hunting him. It's called Hunted. And so it's like crazy that he then takes like Dean captive, and then Sam has to come save his brother. And then the end, yeah, it's like kind of last time they came in contact with him, they kind of just like left him. They didn't know what to do with him. But I guess in this way, like Sam was able to set it up so that like he would go to jail. Because like in the end, like they're not gonna kill him, but like going to jail makes sense. So it was like very smart on Sam's side. And I wonder if the writers were like, oh my god, we should have done that the first time. Like that makes sense. Like I think the writers themselves like wasn't sure what to do, didn't know exactly like how to do with him, so they kind of just let him go. And so then I think they thought, oh, what if we just had him arrested? But again, he like comes back, and that's like a sure it's season 2 or season 3, but he will come back. So in the way, I think the reason why I didn't really like remember this episode or whatever is because this episode is very serialized. Supernatural does episodic really, really well, and like even like episodic, you know, some episodic episodes you see moments of serialization like in the past episode. But this one is very much serialized. It's just like hard to like these episodes that are so serialized. It's so hard. And it's also a weird point too, because it's like the 10th episode is season 2. So it's like technically we're about halfway through the season. But it's like, why did they pick this episode to do it? Like, why did they decide to have this like very serialized episode now? Obviously, the end, they try to go find the girl, and her fiance is killed, and she's obviously been taken. But I think they probably like at this point like know where they want to go with the rest of the season. And so it's kind of the same thing with season 1, where they realized where they wanted to go at the end of season 1. So they had some more serialized episodes sprinkled out throughout the second half of the season, just so that they could get there. So I understand why the writers are doing that now, but it's still like the 10th episode seems very early. Like I would think you would see this episode like 13th or 14th episode, but I think maybe they just like want us to get into it. I don't know. That's another thing, is like I forgot a lot of episodes in season 2, so like maybe a lot more episodes are more serialized. Like I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they felt like season 1 wasn't serialized enough. I don't know. But it's just like in the end, like it's not like an episode I would suggest to someone to watch, you know? It's like an episode that's there when you're like rewatching the show from start to finish, but you're not gonna just like pick that episode to watch. Like you're not gonna do that. And like it's not like I can't say like I love this episode. Like the episode was okay, but it's not like my cup of tea. It's not what I go for. It's not what I like. It's not what Supernatural does best. But that's okay. Sometimes these things happen. Like nowadays we have like 8 to 10 episodes in season. Back then they had 22 episodes, which is actually great because then you have like good episodes, and then like it's less serialized. And I think, you know, Supernatural, you know, was for the first time created today, it would probably have like 10 episodes or something a season, and wouldn't be as good because it would be so serialized, and like what makes it great is those episodic episodes where it's just doing a case, them doing a case. But anyway, it's great that like Sam and Dean were together in the end and they were able to save each other and stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Comment your thoughts below on the 10th episode of season 2 and watch my next episode video review. Bye.